Hello and welcome to this video about joints. And this video we're going to look at how your bones in your body are joined. The first one is a fused joint, where actually bones have grown together to form one bone, like the sacrum. The second one are the sutures between the skull bones. They also have grown together. The fontanelles have disappeared completely after a year and a half, and your skull is one rigid structure. Then we have the cartilaginous joints, like how the vertebrae in your backbone are joined. There is a little bit of movement in that, but not a lot. A lot of movement is in the synovial joint, like the joints between the phalanges in your fingers. You can move those fingers and very easily. How are those synovial joint built up? Well, we have a ball-shaped bone and we have a socket bone. Consider this the socket, consider this the ball, and they can move inside one another. Both the socket bone and the ball-shaped bone are covered with a cartilage layer, and they are surrounded by the synovial membrane. In our book they call that the joint capsule. That's the same word. This keeps the parts together, and sometimes it is strengthened by ligaments, for example in your knee and in your ankle, and it contains a lubricant, that's the synovial fluid, to make it run very smooth. Otherwise it would be like grinding, but that's not the case. So let's take a look at a section of a joint. We can see the socket bone, we can see the ball-shaped bone, and in blue we can see the cartilage layers. In green we see the synovial fluid, and then in red the joint capsule, and then in orange we see the ligaments. And you can recognize this as being your pelvis and your thigh bone. There are different types of joints, synovial joints, that we can see in this picture. We have the plane joint, the hinge joint, the saddle joint, the pivot joint, the condyloid joint, and the ball and socket joint. And we are going to concentrate on three of them: the ball and socket joint, the hinge joint, and the pivot joint. First one is the ball and socket joint, like your shoulder. It can move a lot. And the second one is your knee. It's the hinge joint. It can only move in one way. It can bend. And finally we have the pivot joint, and the pivot joint is in your arm between the ulna and the radius, and actually it's the movement that you can do. You can turn your hand like this. That is the pivot joint. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you some other time. Bye.